Okay, I've been finishing and smoothing my four pieces, so I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on that. So if you can see here, these pieces have been all sanded now, and they're going just like they were on the drawing pretty much. Note certain things, just at the footer, the amount of craftsmanship, the evenness, the regularity of that. The sides here, look at the thinness on this. This is what we're going for in this third project is mastery. So look at the thinness on this rim right here. Okay, along with that I wanted to give you just a few little pointers. So with this for instance, what I was able to do is I was going to take and here when I was sanding it, I put it directly on the table. Now we want to keep these tables really nice and clean at all times. And I was able to rub it like this, very gently, just rubbing it, and that got it very smooth. What you want to do is you want to rub it in a circular pattern, maybe even rotating it like this, because if you just rub back and forth, you have a tendency to chip things out. Okay, and then from there I went and I smoothed those off real good. Okay, smoothing everywhere, everywhere. You're not going to find a single fingerprint on these. Same thing with these here. This is looking a lot like the shape that we were after. Maybe flared a little bit more, but that's okay. Not perfect. So here again, I was able to take, and when I was sanding the rim, I just finished it off by once again giving it a little bit of a spin on the table where it was nice and clean and flat. Okay, not going back and forth because that has a tendency to chip things out, but just like that. Also on the footer, I went I gave it a little bit of a rotation, just like so, to smooth that all out as well. Okay. Other than that, just regular old sanding on that. Sanding, making sure that all the fingerprints were gone. Okay. So when these pieces were leather hard, I was using the loop tool to smooth them out and to shape them, making sure that I worked on the rim to bring that up to nice. And then I took and I did all the sort of smoothing and carving on these little bow pieces. Finally, once it did get to be bone dry like this, then I used the sandpaper, I used the table to smooth out the rim and straighten it up. And nothing really special there, except that handles, you have to be really careful with things sometimes. Anytime that you have something that sticks out. And so I had to be very, very gentle with these, sort of meticulous, take my time with it. That's about all. So, in the end, did we do good? I think we did all right. If we look at these, pretty symmetrical, not totally perfect, but not too bad. At this point, you should be pretty good at things, so expect this of yourself when you're making this project, is that your things should be symmetrical, the same on both sides, in fact, the same all the way around. They should be circular at the top. The rim should be refined and smooth, right? Small enough that you could actually use it. Little things should be straight, handles should be aligned, nothing should be bent. The surface should be nice and smooth. Detail on the footer should not be a ridiculous bunch of mush, but should be just, an adequate size, not ridiculously large. It should be circular, it should be smooth. Just all these little bits of craftsmanship. That's what you should be looking for and mastering. Anything else to say before I just wrap this up? Just that on the first three projects, we've spent a lot of time going over basics. I've taken and I've shown you step by step how to form clay into a ball, how to open up a piece of clay and make a bowl shape with it, how to attach things, working from a drawing to make the shape just the way that you wanted it to. And now the advantage of making multiple things. Remember, one of the biggest things about doing multiple things was that your hands became much more efficient in what they were doing. And you really had to what you did as far as like determining the shape of something. Was it really the shape that you wanted to? You had to have control over it. In the next videos and in videos to come, I won't be going over the basics near so much. So if you've missed anything, go back, look again. It's worth the 10, 15, even 20 minutes of your time to look at an old video or to practice some more. Nothing wrong with making bowl after bowl after bowl for a while, because in doing so, you're learning how to use your hands. You're creating that relationship with the clay that I've talked so much about. And when you've done that, then you're ready to move on. I'm looking forward to the next project, Project 4, where we take what we've learned with just molding and shaping the clay, and we're making more sculptural things with it. Well, good luck with everything, and I hope that you've enjoyed these first 3 projects.